Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday and it's time to go live. So I'm hoping that you are all excited about making a cute little Christmas gift. And this would be perfect for the kids, perfect for grandkids, perfect for the dog sitter, the babysitter, the newspaper boy. Is there such a thing as a newspaper boy anymore? I don't know. So this one is it goes together so quickly and you can fill it with so many different things. And I have a couple different things. So you want to stick around to the end so that you can see it. Okay, so it is, what day is today? Today is November 21st, 2023, and we are making a super cute little hot chocolate or hot cocoa gift pack that you can make for just about anybody. And the VIPs have picked, and we have some paper that they would like us to use, and also the stamp set that they would like us to use. So we have our marching papers all ready set for us, and we are ready to go. So as you come on, please leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. And also, it'd be great if you could tell us, let's see, we're in the season of cheer here pretty soon. Do you have your Christmas lights up and on? Or do you not even do Christmas lights? My husband and I are having a little bit of a debate. We'll call it that. They're up, but we wait until December 1st to turn ours on. But I'm feeling like we're in a new house this year, and it seems like everybody in our neighborhood has theirs on already. And so we're having a little debate on whether we should turn ours on. And I'm thinking maybe November 25th. What do you guys think? Do you have yours on already? Do you have Christmas lights? What colors are they? Share it with us. And the paper we're going to be using today we're not using a Christmas lights design, but you could if you wanted. So I'm going to turn you down to my desk. Please let me know where you're watching from. And again, the question of the day today is, do you have Christmas lights on your house, your apartment, on your balcony? And if you do, are they up and on already in the evenings? Because it's dark enough for sure. And the early bird is coming to an end. So you can save $8 right now. And even though I've called it 3 quick and easy gifts for Christmas, they're really 3 quick and easy gifts for any time. The only one that has a Christmassy feel to it is the candle and the little set of note cards, which is also made out of the Sending Cheer set. And then I have a sampler, which is ultra cute, made with the Zoo Crew Designer Series paper, and then another name frame. And it's only $24. So you get all kinds of ideas and tips. Plus, I give you a little bit of a blends class in this when we're doing this one here. So you want to get that while you can at $24 in the early bird savings. Okay. Deal ends tomorrow at 4:30. And there's one more thing that I don't have a nice little printout for. Black Friday's coming. That's all I'm going to say. Black Friday. You want to check it out. Okay. So here's that stamp set. Now, we had a lot of people on the VIPs. So if you're not a VIP, that is my Facebook group. So our community of crafters, we are over 1,000. I think we're 1,100, maybe close to 1,200 now. And, people there get to choose what we get to play with when we go live here. And so you can get over there. We also have some contests. We have exclusive things like our secret stamping is happening only in our VIPs. So, what they decided is they wanted the Sending Cheer stamp set and dies. So that's what we're going to use. And the one that I saw show up there the most was the stocking. So we've used the gingerbread. So I'm thinking he's out, but there's a stocking stamp. There's a present stamp. And then one thing that's not in the stamps that is in the dies is the Santa hat. So put into the comments which one of those you would like to make. Do we want to make a present? Do we want to do a stocking, or do we want to do a Santa hat? And I'm just going to wait for a couple minutes, and I'm going to wait. I do have the stocking ready to go and whatever I see the most of, that's what we're going to use. And I'm pulling in 2 colors, Granny Apple Green and Poppy Parade, because we are going to be using some of this paper, which the VIPs also picked. So the VIPs picked, it's really funny because I was thinking that these were trees, and most people said that they were trees, but you know what? Someone said hats. And so these are actually, I think that person was right. They are to be Santa hats. So we're going to be playing with the Santa hat today. The other side of that is dots, but the trees, Santa hat / Santa hat that was definitely what was the most popular. Now I have bits, all kinds of bits of this paper. I have a full sheet of a couple of them, but not many. This is the Merry and Bright, or is it Merry Bold and Bright? Merry Bold and Bright, DSP. This is going the way of the what? The dodo bird? Is that what that saying is? So this is going to be retired, or is being retired as well. So that is what's on the last chance list. And there's lots of great colors in here. There's how many? Oh, there's all kinds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different colors. So I've pulled in a color that is in the paper we're using, which is Poppy Parade. And you can always get the measurements, and I'll post this video tomorrow on my blog as well, and you can get the measurements over there. But I've got a piece of paper here, and we are going to cut that, and then we are going to score this one. So let me pull in my paper trimmer. And let me just move this off to the side. And I'm seeing that we mostly have Santa hats. So it looks like maybe the Santa hat, the die, rather than the stocking, is going to win the day. We only had one stocking. Okay, so I'm going to cut this. We don't have to cut it, but I think I'm going to cut it. Yes, I think I am. I'm going to cut this at 3 1/4, and that's just going to give us 2 different pieces. And I'm hoping that this one's going to work, because the last one, I didn't cut my piece of paper. I put on 2 different ones. And now we're also going to score our piece of cardstock. We're going to score it in 2 places. We're going to score it at 5 and 5 1/2. Okay, 5 and 5 1/2. Move your cutting blade out of the way and just give it a good score there at 5, and then 5 1/2 as well. 5 1/2. Now I've also done this at 5 1/4. So do we want 5 1/2? Yeah, let's put 5 1/2. It really depends what you're putting into it. So if you're putting something that's really bulky, then you might want to do 5 1/2 for sure. If you're putting something that's a little skinnier, then maybe you could even go just with 1/4. Okay. So hello, everybody that is coming on to watch. Thank you. And thank you for sharing it, Shar. And I'd love it if everybody would share it. Please go ahead and share it with your friends. Just so that they can come along and make something fun as well. So you're just going to crisp up those fold lines with your bone folder. And now we're going to take these 2 pieces of paper. Okay, so we are going to glue them down like this and like this. So the other 2 that I have to show you, I used different paper. So I want to show you how that looks too. So I'm going to start with this one, and there's a reason why. So this is going to go on the front, and I'll share with you in just a moment what that why is. Thank you very much, Diane, for sharing it. I appreciate it. So we're going to glue this down. Now you want to make sure that if you have a directional pattern like this one is, that you're going to have it going the right way. So this is how our project is going to be. So you want to make sure this is up and this is up. And this should fit on here with a nice little border. Nice little border there. And trying it, liquid glue is great because I can still move it around just a little bit. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the other one inside, and we're gluing the second one inside so that we can really let me pull that in. We can really line it up well. So I'm still going to center it here like I did on the other one, but then I'm going to pull this one up, and I'm going to make sure that it's in the right spot before I actually firm it down. And this one is. So I've got the same amount of red, and it looks like it's perfectly matched. So that was lucky, wasn't it? No, actually, that one was. We planned that one. Okay, so that is your holder. I know it's not much. It's easy peasy. So now what we need to do is I've already cut the next piece. So I used some of that paper. Let me bring it in again. And I have to say that probably my favorite piece of paper out of all of this is the Fa La 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 La. And so I have pre-cut already, and I'm going for a different size than the sample that I already did because I thought let's try something a little smaller. I used the countryside corners. And first of all, I glued this down onto a piece of Poppy Parade. And two reasons for that. One, it's going to give it a lot more body. And two, if you look at, put that off to the side, if somebody unravels this after and they want to see from the other side, then they're just going to see the Poppy Parade. They're not going to see the other side of the designer series paper. So there's a couple of reasons why. So this is the, third largest of the Countryside Corners dies. And I really like these dies because they're a good size and they take up a lot of space here on our project. Okay, so now we have to pick some ribbon, and this is one of my favorite ribbons. You know, this is the Parakeet Party, and it is the metallic shimmer ribbon, I think it's called. I've lost the name, but it's one of my favorites because this green goes with so many different things. So we can have this come around like this. Okay, so we can have the narrow or we can have the thick white. So put into the comments which one you would like to use. And while I'm waiting for that, let me pull out what I might have already cut here. I might have already cut a hat. I actually have a whole hat that everything is my favorite. Janine, now that's not very nice. Well, you're right, actually, though. Well, no, there are some things that I don't really like. And you know what happens is I don't tend to show those things or I don't purchase them. We have a couple narrows. We have 3 narrows. I think we're going to go with a narrow. I'm surprised at that, but hey, that works for me. See, I can still be surprised. Okay, so let's go for the narrow. So I wonder if I should go around twice. I think I'm going to. If I have enough, I'm going to go around twice. I'm going to double it up, I guess. Just because it's such a pretty color. Yeah, so I don't need as much as I have here. That's a heck of a lot. Let's not use quite that much. Let's try that and see if that's better. Okay. And all we're going to do is we are going to wrap that around. I think that's plenty because I do want to tie it in a little bow. And I'm just going to go ahead and tie that. So you go around the whole thing. You don't worry. See how I'm sort of smushing it right now? Don't worry about that. We will fix that. And I think I'm going to go off to the left for this one because I've gone off to the right for the other ones. But you do want to do your ribbon first. Okay, well then I have to move it a little bit more this way. You want to do your ribbon first because we are going to glue over top of that so that the ribbon stays in place. So to make a bow here, you do need to have about 14 fingers because you need to have one that holds the knot, the first tie in place. Okay, then once you have that, let me start this again. Let me start this again so I'm not losing, maybe I'm not losing my train of thought here. Okay, so stick your finger in there, make your bow, and then you can either go around from the front, but I have found that if we go around from the back, you're going to get a little bit nicer bow. Okay, so it's just like tying your shoes. And tie that. I'm going to play with it a little bit just to make it a little bit smaller. And then we're going to just cut it off. Okay, so there's our bow. Put it off to the right or left as far as it can go. Then we are going to put our fa la 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 right over top. And we are going to put that on with dimensionals. Now, one thing, what you do want to do now before we put anything, glue anything down, you want to bring this piece down so that you have it sort of flat on the bottom, okay? Because we want this to be able to stand. So make sure that that's pulled down a little bit on the ribbon before you do any gluing. So we're going to take some dimensionals. I have a nice, bright, shiny new. You don't want to go on the top because it's going to extend back here. So for here, I would actually put them on here. So for here, on here, what does that mean? And then I'm going to put down here, and that's all you need because that's going to hold it in place. Okay. Again, make sure you're nice and flat on the bottom. Take the backings off and then go ahead and stick on your label. Okay. You want to extend it probably, that's about what, 3/4 of an inch or so. Now your ribbon is not going to move around on there. Okay, so I do have a hat. I have a hat made up. So this is the hat that's already made up that you might want us to use. And I'm thinking that maybe that light is not the best. Does that make it any better or does that make it worse if I use that hat? So you can see that we did this in another live. I'm thinking that I have the Christmas Tidings embossing folder on there. And then I have a green one. So what do you think is going to look best? There's the red on top. Here is the green. Wow, you certainly can see the green a lot more, can't you? Is that what we want to go with? The green? Or do we, I already put the red away. Or do we want to go with the red? You can let me know. And while you're doing that, I am going to pull out the sending chair and I'd like you, gee, thanks, Diane. It's a beautiful bow. Yes, this one is not bad. I do need to cut that off. Sometimes they're not so beautiful. Green, green, green. We have green, but Donna, sorry, I think you're outnumbered here. I think we're going to go for the green. But this guy we can use on something else. I said that last time. I haven't used it. Okay, so what I have is I have some extra pieces. These are all cut out already. And there's one that is the bottom of our hat. Now, do I have a pom-pom? I do. No, the pom-pom is that color though. Do you think maybe we need to have a white pom-pom? Or do you want to go with that? This is Pretty Peacock. What does that look like? Does that one look okay, or do you want a white one? Because I will cut a white one if we think that that's going to make it better. I think it just might actually. Okay, so let me pull in my mini here. White, white, white. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Let's get rid of that guy. So this white little pom-pom could actually be a flower. So know that you can get a little bit more versatility out of these dies by using it for more things. Okay, so we've got our number 1 and number 2, one of our number 2s, and I'm going to pull in, and I have to go grab it, some of this same, where did I put it? Some of this same paper. Okay, this is the textured shimmer paper, which has quite a nice sheen to it. So I'm going to go grab a piece of that. So that textured shimmer paper comes in 3 colors. It comes in the white. And let me see, I can do one. Well, I can do that one, but you know what? I don't really want to do that one because I have double-sided adhesive on it. Let me pull a different one. There, I'll use that one. Okay, so it's got to fit through there, so it won't fit through there. So I'm going to tear it. Okay, and we're going to use this little piece here. And we're going to cut one guy over there. And I'm just going to, this is always backwards for me. I don't know why I do that. Okay, and then we're going to get it going and then run it through. I'm sorry if that's moving around. I don't think it is though. Okay, so now we're going to pop that out of there. And we have a little pom-pom. Put that over there. Okay, so now let's glue these guys together. So I'm going to glue on the pom-pom, and I'm going to glue on the fur on the bottom, stuck nicely to that die. There we go. There we go. And you can still see the detail on the pom-pom and on the fur. So you still see the indented lines there just to give it a little bit of something extra. And I was wondering, let me see if I have 2 of these. I don't. What's this look like over top? No. What I was thinking is that we would put 2 and put a dimensional. We're going to do that. Let's try something different. I haven't done this before. Let's pull this in. Let's pull this guy out again. And we're going to cut it one more time with the same paper. I think it's long enough here. And we're going to put it on with dimensionals. And we're just going to give that a little bit more, I don't know, oomph, a little bit more pizzazz by having a little bit of pop. So we'll put on that. This guy back. You know, we were talking the other day about how much of a mess we put in on our room. Let me see what it looks like if we go backwards. I think maybe forwards, backwards, forwards. And I'm just as bad as probably all of you. Is there anybody here who is got a really good system for cleaning up and you follow your system? I'm going to use a little mini on the end here just because it fits better. So you actually tidy as you go. You take out one stamp set, one set of dies, use it, and then you clean up. I'd love to know. So here's what that looks like here. So you can see that we've got a little bit of dimensional there. How about a little wink of Stella on the white and the hat? We can. You probably can't see it from there, Becky, but there's quite a bit of shine here. But let's put a little bit more on there. Let's put a little bit more here, and that will give it even more of a shine. Okay, and we'll just do it on the hat. Okay, so let's bring this back in. Okay, so we've got our hat, but now we need some words. So what words do we want? And I'm thinking we might want to stamp with Poppy Parade as opposed to the Granny Apple. So what words? Let me find that stamp set. Okay, would you like sending cheer? Would you like just for you? Or no peeking? I can also do a ho, ho, ho. So put into the comments what you would like. I'll grab a piece of white. And it really is a piece of scrap. What would you love to know, Diane? About the Wink of Stella? There you go. No peeking. I think no peeking. Let's do no peeking. They're going to be able to see, but I think no peeking on the top would be quite cute. Stamp. Right here. It's a little bit of overkill for the stamp size, but it'll work. I'm going to stamp on top of my silicone craft sheet, which gives it just a little bit of, what's the word I want? Give underneath. So there's our no peeking. So how about, I'm going to do this differently actually. I'm going to do no peeking here. You're wondering what I'm doing. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to cut it off straight. Now I know for those of you who hate using your scissors, and that might be a little bit crooked, that's okay, but I'll straighten it out a little bit if that bothers you. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Straight as I can be. And I think we're just going to, oh, well, that wasn't smart. I should have gone the other way. Right? Well, we're going to change it up. I'm going to decide on the fly what I'm doing. I am now going to have this be no peeking in two separate little bits. Okay, so I'm just cutting this off. Now, if it really does bother you, oh, about the organization, yes. I don't see anybody offering that up. Nobody is organized. I believe it, but is there nobody that has some good tips for the rest of us? So I'm just going to take those now, move that off to the side, pull out our little minis again, and I've got still a few left here. So that one just gets one. Even one tip? What I do is, this is quite a mess by the time I'm finished doing a live, or really anything. If I'm doing an open house or whatever, this is a complete mess. And so I just clean almost as soon as I am done, because that's the only way that it's going to look great. So I can put it on the hat, or I can put it over there. We haven't even attached our hat yet. Where would you like me to put? I could put the hat over here too, but yeah, I think the hat looks better there. I'm going to overrule anybody who thinks that that might be okay. Where would we like our words to go? And while you're doing that, I'm going to glue down the hat. Shar, you put things away. Good for you. So is that while you're working on a project, or is it after you're done a project? So here's our hat going down. Leanne does too. Leanne, do you have a little space? Well, I'm not seeing anybody make a decision on where we want our words to go. Oops, let's try this one. So I'm just going to try. I think they need to go down here. So seeing that we don't have, oh, Janine was saying bottom left. And look at that. I'm not even going to put them so that they're nice, evenly spaced. Okay, now let's grab my scissors. I want which are underneath my Stampin' Cut and Emboss. I'm going to get rid of this second little one here. I just like to always have diagonal cutoffs on my ribbon. I also don't like, if I'm doing a set of two, that they're cut exactly the same. So this one's going to be a little bit shorter. And let's do this guy here, also a little bit shorter. Let me get all of that out of here, all of that extra gunk. And I think we do need maybe a couple little extras. So I have some of you know what? Let's go for these guys. I think these will work well. So these are the In Color Pearls, the first thing I pulled out. And I'm going to use the Parakeet Party right up here. And we're also going to put some, I think, down over here around the no peeking. And the Parakeet Party is just a little bit different than the Granny Apple Green or the Lemon Lime Twist. So this is Granny Apple Green. This is actually Lemon Lime Twist. And now we have Parakeet Party on top. So we got a whole bunch of stuff going on here. But there is our card. It's not really a card, but it's sort of a card. Now let's put some stuff into it. So what I have is some hot chocolate, and I have a candy cane. So we're going to put those in, even though that's not quite the right red for the candy cane. It's going to fit in there just nicely. I do have this one too. Which one do you think is a better red? You can put that guy in there. But then I also found, where did they go? Yep, I found them and I lost them again. I found these here they are. These little guys. These were at the dollar store. So let's see if we can get Santa in there, or maybe even the tree. Should have opened them first. Like the little tree, I think will go really well there. So why don't we put a little tree in there? Okay, so these are really inexpensive, but that's your little gift pocket. So that one's really bright with our traditional colors. I love this little hat. So let me show you the one that I first made. And I changed out because I found a little blue. It's probably blueberry or something. It's got pink when there's no other pink. But this is it with the Merry Bold and Bright and the lights and the tree. And so let me take this out so you can see. So on this one, I matched the back with the label. And this is one size larger, that label. Okay, but they're pretty secure. Stuff isn't really going to fall out the side as long as it's big enough. And then I have one more to show you that's a little bit different. But it does use, it does use the hat. And this hat is done with some of the Granny Apple Green foil. and just some real red. So you can actually match real red with this paper. There's no real red in the paper, and I think it looks not too bad. So Celebrate is out of our, I think I've got them here, Wanted to Say dies. So they're the ones that have Happy Birthday, Celebrate, and then Feel Better Soon. So that is great because that'll work for Christmas. And then what I put in this one, instead of hot chocolate, I put 2 of the Merci, the larger Merci chocolates. So there's a few different ideas for you. Actually, let's move this over here, balance it a little bit more, and you can let me know which one you like the best. So tomorrow on my blog, I'll have all of the instructions. Again, you want to make sure that you go to the blog and you want to answer the question to my question. Put an answer into the question so that you can get into the draw for the blog candy. Okay. Have a great day and afternoon, everybody, and we will see you again. And also just a little reminder that keep your eye open for our Black Friday special coming soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.